Which teammate would I let date my sister? None of these dirt bags.
None of them.
So answer.
None of them. Try me. You ain't touching my sister.
Marcus Carlson.
Nobody. Man, it's tough. Probably PT. I say PT. Patrick Taylor.
All these guys are dirt bags. None of them.
Him. I'm the real big bro. Yeah, nobody ain't dating my sister.
I would let Jaden Reed date my sister. I feel like he'd be such a good guy.
Nobody.
I don't have a sister.
But nobody, absolutely nobody.
I love everybody on this team, but I ain't trusting y'all with my sister. Come on.
I'm sorry.
You pay for your half, I'll pay for mine, since we're not gonna see each other again.
I'm sorry. I really was trying not to hurt your feelings. It's not going to work out, but
I think it's totally fair for you to pay for your share of a meal. I'm gonna go to the men's room. Get your wallet out.
That went back quick.
did you hear this?
The whole thing. I think you should run while you can. I think he's weird. Why are you waiting?
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a bad spot.
Oh, you already put it on his credit card. Get out of here.
I'm going to go.
Good move. He invites you here and then wants you to pay him for that. You're being honest and that's good.
You don't think I have to?
Oh, hell no.
I have 2 daughters, so you don't have to ask me.
How much should the bill be? What is it?
$80.42.
Here, put this on my credit. You're off the hook.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're way more of a gentleman than he was.
I wouldn't go that far.
Count yourself lucky. Hit the road.
I should leave?
It's paid. Say goodbye. You're out of here. See that? There's an old saying that there are more horses' asses in the world than there are horses. That was a horse's ass.
Would you let your daughter date a man like you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. If my daughter dates a man like me, I have failed in life. I'm going to tell you that right now, bro. Because I don't want her to deal with a man who's manipulative and treacherous, disloyal, a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? I want her to have a man who's got money, lives by himself, independent. You get what I'm saying? All of the things that I'm not. So, nah, I don't want her to date no one like me. Independent. You get what I'm saying? All of the things that I'm not. So, nah, I don't want her to date no one like me. Really not.
What's up, family? And welcome back to the Black Tea Podcast. I've been looking at some content lately that really shines a light on how men, particularly, view relationships, standards, and the treatment of women. This is a sensitive topic, but it's essential that we tackle it head-on with honesty, grace, and a commitment to growth. Get your tea ready, because we've got a lot to unpack together. Let's begin with the idea of standards, or perhaps the double standard that seems to exist when it comes to women. We see in the sources, and likely in our own lives, that some men tend to have very high expectations for the men who would date their daughters or sisters. They want them to be treated like queens, with utmost respect and care. But then, for other women, the bar is set much, much lower. It's as if the standards only apply when it's someone they're personally invested in. As Christians, this is not acceptable. We're called to be consistent in our love and respect for all people, because we are all made in God's image. We can't pick and choose who is worthy of respect just because they are not our own blood. If we desire our daughters to be with men of integrity and love, then every single woman should be treated as someone's daughter. The root of the double standard. I believe that this double standard stems from a lack of understanding and empathy. It is an us versus them mentality. We need to recognize that all women are daughters of God and deserve to be treated with dignity. We should want the best for all, not just those within our immediate circle. We cannot just look to protect our own. We need to have a worldview and recognize that we all have dignity. Protecting our own. It's good that fathers and brothers want to protect the women in their family. But we have to ask, why do we feel the need to be so protective? It's because we know what men are capable of, and sometimes we don't trust them. This should not lead to inaction or just protectionism, but it should lead to men being the kind of men that women can trust and feel safe around. Now, let's dig into some of the specific examples from the sources. We heard a man say he wouldn't let any of his dirtbag teammates date his sister. I have to give him credit for his honesty, but it shows that he is aware of their true nature. He recognizes their lack of character and integrity. It's like he's saying, I know these guys are not good enough for my sister. However, what is he doing to hold those friends accountable? Is he trying to encourage them to be better men, Or is he just accepting that they're dirtbags? This is where we all, as Christians, have to start to be honest with each other and be open to correction. The dirtbag mentality as a mirror. This dirtbag mentality goes back to the idea of standards again. It reveals something troubling about how we often view men in relationships. Are we surrounding ourselves with people that we can admire? If we are not surrounding ourselves with people that we respect, what does that mean for our character? We must take a look at who we are choosing to spend our time with, and what that means for the type of person we are. It also shows us that we have to strive to be better. Double standards in dating. Again, the video also brings up that men will call a woman greedy or a gold digger for wanting to be with a man who is financially stable. But when it's their own daughter, they would want that for them. What is that but a double standard? We should all strive to have our ducks in a row and make sure we are doing what we are called to do to be successful in whatever we put our hands to. This type of thinking reflects a distorted view of women as well. We need to recognize that they are not only deserving of financial stability, but of emotional and spiritual fulfillment. The not all men argument. It's true that not all men are bad, but we also can't use that to shut down the experiences of women who have been harmed. As men, we must be ready to listen and learn and create a world where it can be all men who are good by changing the culture we are part of. Instead of being defensive, we must be proactive in making changes. It is important that we become a part of the solution. The sources touch on something very profound, that many women end up marrying someone who is similar to their father. This is huge, y'all. It means that as fathers, we set the standard. We teach our daughters what it is like to be loved by our actions. Are we being the men we want them to marry? This should be a huge wake-up call for all of us. It should get us to think about what kind of example we're setting for our sons. Are we teaching them to respect women, to value their worth, and to treat them with kindness and compassion? We have to not only protect our daughters, but we have to raise our sons to be protectors of other women too. Raising sons with purpose. We have to raise our sons with the mindset that they will be with other people's daughters. We have to ask ourselves, how would we want our daughters to be treated? We have to raise them so that they will do to others as they would want done to them. It's a simple concept, but it makes a world of difference in how they treat women. We have a biblical mandate to raise our children in the way that they should go, and that includes how they should be treating women. Accountability. We also have to hold each other accountable. As men, we must be courageous enough to call out other men when we see disrespectful or harmful behavior towards women. We cannot remain silent while our brothers are demeaning others. We have a duty to speak up. We must also be open to receiving correction. We all have to humble ourselves before the Lord and be open to change. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection on this, and it's uncomfortable, but it is necessary. We have to ask ourselves, if our daughters were to marry someone like us, would we be happy? If the answer is no, we need to get to work. What specific traits do we not want them to have? We should be striving every day to be more like Christ, and we have to do this every single day. Specific traits. The man in the video says he is manipulative, treacherous, and disloyal. I want us to really think about that and ask ourselves if we have any of those traits. That is not a character we should want to have. It is time for us to work on changing that. Changing our mindset. We must begin by changing our mindset and recognizing that the way we have acted or the way that we have thought might be wrong. We need to change, not only for ourselves, but for others. We should want everyone to have a life of joy and peace. In conclusion, this is not just about protecting our own. It is about having a Christ-like love for everyone. It's about being the type of men we want our daughters to marry. It's about taking responsibility, holding ourselves accountable, and being intentional about the example we set for the next generation. A challenge. This week, I challenge you to examine your heart and your actions. How are you treating women in your life? Are you being a man of integrity, respect, and love? If not, it's never too late to start. Begin today to make a difference. Final prayer. Let's lift it up to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you for bringing us here today so we can talk about these hard truths. I ask that you give us guidance and the ability to make the changes we need to make. Help us to be the men that you called us to be. Let us all be the example for our children so they can make the world a better place. Thank you for everything. In your holy name, amen. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this conversation has encouraged you to examine your own life and start to make changes today. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Until next time, stay blessed and be the change.